We are here, the start of week one. This is it. We've been waiting 8 months pretty much for this. Some of you, if you didn't make the fantasy playoffs last year, have been waiting 9 months. And some of you who bailed early because you just hated your team have been waiting maybe almost a year just for that season to be over and to get on with it and start 2025 season. So congratulations on getting to this point. We've got the Eagles against the Cowboys over on the Fantasy Football for Winners Facebook blog and website. I do what I always do, which is kind of a rundown of the game flow that I'm expecting and kind of some pivot points, here and there, of things that might have fantasy implications, and then a final score prediction. That's kind of how I do it. And then I invite others to also predict, what the final score is going to be, which is great. We get a lot of interest from that, and some people hit it right on the nose, and I love that. For this podcast episode, I want to do it a little bit differently, but obviously talk about the game, and that is there are three areas that I think are going to have dramatic impact on the fantasy values of probably close to a dozen players between these two teams. And tonight we're going to have our first indication of which way those pivot points are going to go. So to start with, Cowboys backfield distribution. We've got Javonte Williams, brand new to the team. Miles Sanders, brand new to the team. Rookie Jaden Blue, brand new to the team. We've got three new running backs, all roughly relevant in their own kind of ways. Not as much Miles Sanders, but you can't sleep on him entirely in ADP. So in other words, Javonte Williams is eminently draftable. Blue is draftable in deeper leagues. A lot of people are ignoring Sanders. Now, Sanders probably should be ignored, except for the fact that he's playing against his former team, and they might give him some reps just for that. And by the way, Sanders might actually be better than Javonte Williams at this stage of their respective careers. We just don't know yet. It's just that Williams has the inside track. So I'm very interested in seeing what the ball distribution, the touch distribution is going to be between these three players. Blue has the least to lose at this point as the rookie because he might be eased into the lineup regardless. I would expect Javonte Williams to be the starter and to continue to get most of the touches unless he really falls flat. And I think Sanders will get an opportunity tonight. And if Sanders does better than Williams, then we might see more of a 50-50 split. I think Blue is a little bit on the outside looking in just in week one. But if Blue gets a lot of touches by the second half, then it might be a sign that the team is not happy with what they're seeing. And they want to, give Blue some runs, see what he can do. That has huge fantasy implications for obvious reasons. It's very hard to draft a three-headed backfield. We've seen that with the Jaguars, for example. It's very hard to know, do we take a leap on Travis Etienne or do we just pass on it and go with some other easier backfield? So if the Cowboys backfield becomes easier to predict going forward after tonight, that's going to make managers' lives easier because suddenly at least one running back will be more relevant than they were going into this game. The second thing I'm watching out for is Jalen Hurts' pass attempts. Last year, the Eagles threw it less than any other team. And I think going back, it would have been the least the year before as well. But it was really pretty low. I think it was 450 or something like that throws across 17 games. Not a lot. The reason that happened in part was because the Eagles went on a huge 10-0 run, didn't lose across Jalen Hurts' last 10 full games that he played in the regular season, and he averaged, I forgot what it was, I looked it up, but it was like 20 throws a game, 21 throws a game, or something like that during that stretch. It was minuscule compared to what a lot of NFL quarterbacks do. That has a big impact for obvious reasons on A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. All three, on a per game basis, can be fantastic this year. And a lot of that comes down to is Hurts throwing 30 times a game or 20 times a game. If the Eagles dominate tonight, and it's a sign that, hey, this could be an undefeated team. Like, this could be incredible. If they crush the Cowboys, not that the Cowboys are necessarily going to be the most competitive team they're going to play, but at the same time, if the team can lean on Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts can be more of a game manager, then that's going to really harm, for obvious reasons, the ceilings of Brown, Smith, and Goddard. The final big thing, and this is stuff I've been talking about all summer. I will say it one last time. Saquon Barkley's usage. 482 touches last year. If this is the first time you're listening to this podcast, based on historical data, running backs at his age with his workload last year, roughly 93% across 26 of them have dramatically regressed the next season. Dramatically, moderately to complete, just combustion, whatever. The two exceptions were minuscule increases in fantasy points, but everyone else was tanked. So Saquon Barkley does not have history on his side. Many people will argue that it doesn't matter. Give him 400 touches. He'll be fine. I think that the Eagles are going to be more thoughtful about how they use him this year. They have Will Shipley. They have A.J. Dillon. I would not be shocked if Barkley has 16 to 18 touches tonight, which will be disappointing perhaps for some people who drafted him like first overall, as he went in some drafts, or number 2 or number 3. But I think it could be a sign of things to come. This is the opening week. There's no reason to rest him. He's not playing again for another 10, 11 days. So, it stands to reason that, just give him as much as he needs. But if he only gets 16 to 18 touches, then it is a sign that that the team is being more thoughtful, perhaps, on how they're using him, and they're going to try to keep him to maybe 325 touches during the regular season instead of pushing him to whatever it was, 375 last year. It might even be down to 300 for the regular season. He doesn't need to have 482 touches for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. That's really the big takeaway. 16 touches, a game across 17 games, is, I'm trying to do the math in my head, but it's like 280 or something like that. If somebody knows the answer to that, you can, write in. But I just looked it up. It's 272. So that's a pretty heavy load, especially if you think, the Eagles might go deep in the playoffs, and he could easily finish with 350 touches, which is a solid number for a starting running back. It's plenty. I would caution managers not to get anxious if he's at 16 touches, because Barkley can still be, one of the top running backs in the league. It's just that, as I've been saying, the chance of him getting hurt or regressing significantly is huge. And the Eagles' decision on whether they rein him in a little bit starting in week 1 could factor into kind of a recalibration of whether he is going to be uber elite or just, when healthy, top 10. This is BJ Riddell, Fantasy Football for Winners. Follow me on the blog. Good luck tonight if you got guys in tonight's game. And bad luck, I guess, to those same players if your opponent has them. I guess that's the way fantasy works. We'll see you tomorrow.